Hey everyone, it's Cassandra Lestrange. I hope you guys have had a Merry Christmas, and today I'm just gonna do like a little concept art. So I am planning to do a Christmas kind of haul for soon, but not like anytime this week, because it's Christmas, and I decided, I had a little free time, so I decided I'm gonna do a quick landscape art video because I was just in the mood. A little sneak peek at the haul. I'm just going to do the music I got this year. I got Fleetwood Mac CD for my birthday, actually. I got Imagine Dragons, Smoke and Mirrors, and then I got Lindsey Sterling's new Warmer in the Winter album. And I've gotten to listen to all of them so far, and they're all pretty amazing. 2 are older and 1 is brand new, so. Anyway, so I guess we're going to go right into the concept art, or the landscape art, while we're going to listen to the Fleetwood Mac CD, so, because I'm in the mood for Fleetwood Mac. So to begin the art, you want a kind of a dull pencil. Like, it's not dull, but, because I was using it earlier, but it's pretty thick lead. That's what I meant, thick lead pencils, but, to start the landscape art, you just kind of want to scribble out what you want to do. So, let me think. What do I want to do? Why don't we do a mountain range and like a lake underneath it, because that sounds really cool. So, we're just going to sketch out or scribble out our little mountain range here. And I am drawing on a board, so it looks kind of funny, but I'm probably going to switch out the boards here in a minute. Sketch out our little lake here. Let me switch out the boards real quick. This isn't working for me. Let's see if this one's any better. Yeah, that's a whole lot better. Okay. Now we'll just try it with this one for now. So back to sketching out our little mountain range right here. Oh, that one's not. I gotta find something flat. Let me find something flat real quick. I should have done this earlier. Me, stupid self. Well, where did my flat surface thingy go? Well, then I've lost something. That's amazing. I put everything up today because I had to make room, and now I can't find anything, so this is fun. I lost that. I would pause this video if I could, but I don't think I can. But let me see if I can find that flat surface, because it was just here earlier, and I've lost it. Okay, found it. It's by my bed, because I was drawing earlier, and it's still on. Okay. That's better. That's a lot better than the stupid flat surfaces I had. So, can you see it better if it's on light? No, that makes it worse. Okay. Just kind of adjust the camera a bit now. Speaking of cameras, I got a GoPro. So yeah, I'm excited to use that thing on my other channel because I'm doing like live actions on my other channels. Kind of stuff. Because my brother wanted to, and I'm like, okay, you know what, whatever. We'll do a whole channel of just theater stuff. So, let's get back to this mountain scene. And now I'm going to go back and flatten all of that out. Because it was weird. It's being really weird. Now remember, this is the outline, or I mean, the silhouette of your mountains. And you're going to want to decide if you want it day or night on your art, so. This is like basically your silhouette. And I've learned a really cool trick for trees. I'll show you an example real quick of an art I did earlier today that made me want to do this video. So if you want your concept art or your landscape art to look like this, because here we got the trees, and I'll teach you more about that, but we've got a mountain range and the moon. So yeah, that's just a little example for you. Ouch, that was my knee. Sorry about that. Now we go back to this. Okay, now you want to go to a thinner lead pencil. This one's a little bit longer. I really like this one. To do the grass, so you can just kind of spin it out a little bit. Spin it out. Ugh, can't talk. I'm sorry, guys. Lots of shading. You might want to get you a glove on when you're doing this, because you'll get pencil all over your hands, which happens to me a lot. I need art gloves is what I really need. My brother wants to do live stuff from his Xbox on my other channel. So if you go to Alanie Epica, if you look her up, or me up, on YouTube, Alanie Epica will probably be doing live actions and stuff on there. And I might change my channel name. I haven't decided yet. I may put the link in the description after this video is done. This looks like a bunch of scribbled mess right now. I'm not happy with it. Not like I was earlier, but we'll manage with it. Remember, this is just the basics. You'll go back and redo that. Now for a more sharpened lead pencil. This one has two sides, a dull side and a sharp side. So you can go in and trace your mountain or hillsides, whatever you are doing with it. You can even add more detail. I like shading my mountains so they don't look sketched. So they look like more like mountains. But for now, we're just going to sketch them out. Okay, so I've learned this technique. I call it sharpens. I don't know if it's really a thing, but you take your dull lead pencil. Hold on. Now it's dull. You take your dull pencil and a pencil sharpener. This is an owl sharpener, but I took the head off of it, so I can use it for this technique. Now, what you want to do is you want to hold, if you can see it, you want to hold your pencil sharpener like you want to pencil sharpen the pencil over your paper, and then use your finger to wipe the pencil shavings across the paper to make like a sky. So, if you want to do this, and make sure it's just lead and not shavings, what you want to do is you want to take the lead and put it against the blade, so it just does lead instead of the wood part. You want to get it all over the top part. This gets really cool. Okay, we got that pretty heavy. So now for the fun part, you'll definitely want to wash your hands after you do this part. Sadly, I don't have a thing in here, so I'm just going to use a wet rag for now. But what you want to do is you want to take your finger, you want to make swirly motions so you can make your sky, if my camera will cooperate. Swirly motions for your sky. If you want to do it like a Starry Night painting, which is the technique that I'm using now. I should just call it Starry Night technique, because that looks really cool actually. I'd have to Google what this technique is, because I know it's not new. And now we have our sky mostly done. Okay. You want to make sure you get the edges. Edges of your paper, so you're not leaving anything out. Okay. And now that's why you need something to wash your hands with, because now you've got pencil all over your hands now. I'm just gonna have to manage with a cup of water and some paper towels. Okay, so now that that is taken care of, we go on with shading with the mountain now that we have our sky. You want to get your medium dull pencil and do the mountain tops. And you want to be careful not to lay your hand down, because you will smear the sky, and you don't want to do that after you've finished it. So you want to keep your hands up off the thing as you shade. You can, if you have gloves on, you can do your wrist, but make sure your fingers are up so you're not smearing anything. Because now we're going to go back and we're going to do the mountains. We're going to darken them up so you can actually get the shape of the mountains. And you can keep them rough, because mountains are rough. There's no really any smooth edges of a mountain. Unless you're going for hills. Hills, then you can do smooth. So now we've got the hill mostly, or the mountains mostly shaded up. So So now here's the top of the mountains. And now we're going to go back and do the bottom of the mountains and lay out the lake part. So, and if you want to use a more pointier edge pencil for the bottom of the mountains, it actually lays it out better. Well, if it'll stay. There it goes. The hardest part is probably the edges of the paper. And you can go over the edge with this part because you'll go back and erase it. And more techniques with the erasers, because you can do more without the lead sometimes too. So I've done techniques where you cover the whole entire paper with lead and just draw with the eraser, and it's really fun. And you can use that technique in this instance too, because you're basically covering the whole paper with lead and going back and erasing the messed up marks. Or your extra marks that you don't need. These edges are always the hardest part. Okay. Now you want to make sure you have a pencil with a big eraser on it. Of course this one, but this is like the only one I had so far. But you want to go back and erase all your mistakes and all the extra lines you don't need within the parts that you want kept clean. So your lake, for instance, you'll go back and put more detail into it, but right now you want to keep it clean. So I'm going to turn this on its side so I can just go down the artwork and erase all of these old lines. And remember not to smear. You want to keep your fingers in one place and try not to smear it. Of course, it would be different if I had art gloves, but I don't. I wish I did, but this one will have to do. Now you never want to brush off the eraser marks, you always want to blow them off so you don't smear the lead. Alright. So now that the lake's kind of cleaned up a bit, we can go back and add detail to the lakes and clean up the grass a little bit, because as you can see, the grass is looking pretty bad. And then we'll go back and determine if it's night or day, which in this case is probably night. It's always night in my landscape art, so I don't know why. But, we'll just go ahead and try to do it night, if I can find a pencil. Alright, so now you want a really, really sharp pencil, the sharpest you can get it if you can. And you'll go back and do details within the lake and the night sky, and we'll clean up the grass with a darker pencil. So what you want to do with the lake is you want to make the ridges. Of course, you'll want to go back and kind of darken the edges. Hold on. And this is probably the best part, to have a art glove on, so you're not smearing the ink. I mean the lead. Okay, now we have the lake drawn out in kind of a sketchy way, but you know, still kind of drawn out. Now we need to clean up the grass a little bit. You can use a doll or a sharpened one to kind of lay out the grass. I'm gonna sharpen this real quick. Tomorrow when I have time, I'm going to do a Christmas haul, because I got lots of stuff and I'm excited. I've got 3 new Breyer horses, and well, I shouldn't give anything else away, but you'll figure it out tomorrow if I do a live video. So now it's time to clean out the grass a little bit, and of course you can see I've sharpened this doll pencil. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up the grass just a little bit and darken it just a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was my crazy mother. She walked in and is being weird. Okay, so I'm going to kind of defy the smearing laws right now, because it doesn't really matter, because the grass is always so messy unless you're doing an Ireland scene and you want the grass to be spot on. So it can be really cool, but I'm like, I don't really care with grass. It's like, it's grass, you know? Who cares? So, plans for tomorrow, if I do live videos, is gonna be probably live video with my brother on the Xbox, either playing Minecraft or his new games, I don't know. And Christmas haul. So if I can get up super early tomorrow and hopefully do a really quick one before everyone is awake and, you know, disasters start happening, because that is usually the case in my house. It doesn't really matter if you go out of the lines with this, because you're going to go back and fix it. And don't worry about smearing on the grass, because I've already done that, and you know, it's grass. So I've previously said this already. Hold on, I'm gonna do something just really quickly.